Good morning. It is 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And here's the thing. I couldn't sleep knowing what had to be done. It's not popular, but it's got to be done. June month is Pride Month. Everybody in America knows that. When America does something, other countries want to mimic us. Why? Because America is the strongest country in the world. It just is. Our greatest ally, one of them, is Israel. Israel culture is trying their best to be like us. Whatever we do, they follow. A lot of countries follow. Not all of them. But a lot of them follow us because we are the big brother of all countries, if you will. So everybody want to be like America. Okay. So you try to imitate them. So we have Pride Month. So Israel said, well, we're going to have Pride Month too. And what we're going to do, we're going to do worse than America. We're going to have Pride Month at the Dead Sea, where Sodom and Gomorrah was judged for their homosexual acts against God and man. So Israel said, we're going to have the greatest celebration at the Red Sea. So between the 1st and the 4th, they had it, and it was humongous. And people can't figure out, for the life of me, they can't figure out that God is on his way back. God is going to judge. God is going to judge America. He's going to judge Israel for this act. God warned people about testing him. You push God in the corner, he's going to come out fighting. America, a lot of pastors have allowed Satan to become the forefront of their church on a down low. So what it is, you and I both know that 70% of our churches have choirs or praise teams. And who's in charge? Gay men. Why? Because we find that the gay men have super talent. They have gifts. And gifts are without repentance. In other words, because you have the gift to sing and lead a choir, don't mean you're holy. It's a gift. If I have a gift to dance, it's a gift. Now I can use that gift any way I want to. I can use it for God or against God. I have a gift to know how to do this, that, and the other. And I know how to make a living. Nothing wrong with that. But when you use your gifts against God, that's a problem. That right in his face. America's in trouble, and America is on its way to hell. This we know. In order for God to judge Israel for this act and did not judge us, that's unlikely. America and Israel has now pushed God to the brink of destruction. Don't know how God's going to handle it. Have to wait and see. We are now in Atlanta, Georgia. And It's rampant here. I didn't know it was that bad, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Nobody wants a husband. It seems. Nobody wants a wife. It seems. Everybody want to marry one another. Men on men, woman on woman. You have to see it to believe it. It's pretty bad. God's going to come down on us because of our sins. There's no way out. You can't push God in the corner and I expect God to come off swinging. We are allowing ourselves to go deeper and deeper into sin. And if you say anything about it, people want to actually physically fight you or do something against you to stop you from speaking out against one of the worst sins in creation. I'll say, I'm trying to get a ratio. If you go to any church, and I will say about I'll go as far as say 70% of churches are being led by the gay agenda. Music is very important. If you can master the music over a people, you can master the people. And music is what Satan is using to gain control of the churches. There are no direct miracles hardly anymore. You can't have it two ways. You can't say, well, we're going to allow our church to be prideful. We're going to respect the pride banner. We're going to respect it. We are going to allow ourselves to be lenient towards that particular sin because the world is going that way, or America and certain other countries and Israel is going that way. So we're going to allow it to happen because it gives us much money, it gives us much gain. These people are very talented. What's it going to hurt? It's going to hurt the people that live in these countries. We are allowing our kids to have operations to become women that are little young men. We are allowing Satan to have full control of our music ministry in the church. I see it in Akron a lot. I see in the church that I used to go to a lot. I was shocked. At a Parker's church in Akron, been doing that for years. It took a long time for the other churches to come around. They finally came around. It took years. And now, here we are. And we don't expect God to move. We expect God to let it go. Let's do evil so grace will abound. Let's do evil because God's going to give us a break. If what we want is what we want, what is God's going to do about it? They're saying absolutely nothing. We feel that this is the new way to go. We feel that we should have the right, without the say-so of God, to do what we think is right in our own eyes. So Israel went down to the Dead Sea, exactly where Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, and they showed God a thing or two. We're going to do this thing. There's nothing you can do about it, God. We're going to show America that we are following them. We're going to show America that we're with you guys on the gay agenda. We're going to show God there's nothing you can do about it. It's 2026. God can go kick rocks. We're going to do this thing because we can. And there's nothing God can do about it. We are in charge, not God. Okay. Well, God prompted me to make this video. And I always told God, I'll tell the truth. Even if it hurts me, the truth must be told. God is returning very soon. No, very soon. That everybody's saying. Sunshine, blue skies, rain, snow. What is God going to do about it? God hasn't done anything yet. So we're gonna take it upon ourselves to spit in God's face, kick God in the rear end, and tell God, go kick rocks. And the church is doing that. Exactly that. Now we have gay pastors, gay bishops. We got men marrying men. We got men call themselves first men. Now we got the women on board. Now they want girlfriends too. And now they got them. And they have the best of the best of the choir leaders, choir directors, organ players, drum, bass players. Everybody has cajoons together to fight God. Now I got to see who's going to win. I got to see. I got to see the battle. Let's see who wins. God or us. I got to know. Now we have pushed the limit. There's got to be punishment sooner than later. If not, that means God is saying, it's time to wrap it up and get my children out of this particular area and the judgment begin. People do not believe they're actually going to happen no way. They don't believe that. They don't. Look, how long has it been? Thousands of years. God hasn't come back yet. I remember the disciples saying, the time is short. That was 2,000 years ago. But God has a timetable. And we have pushed that timetable to the max. So now it's time for God to act sooner than later. I've always said this. The rapture is going to take place sooner than later. And now we're at the very door of the rapture. We have pushed God in a corner where there's no other way to go. So I got to see how God's going to play this out. I'm not going to let it worry me. I'm going to see how God's going to play this particular situation out. Now, what I just said, there will be no likes. There will be no views. And I understand why. When you speak the truth, it hurts people. They feel offended. Because we want what we want. We don't care about what God wants. We want what we want. Even if it disgraces God, we still want it. Even if it disgraces one another, we still want it. We want what we want. In Sodom and Gomorrah, thousands of years ago, they wanted what they wanted. And they pushed God to the end. And God warned them. And destruction came. Now here we are. My goodness, we're in bad shape. You give all the money you want to. You can sound like an angel. You can sing like the angels of heaven. But if you're not living right, don't mean nothing. You don't have love. I mean the kind of love that God knows. You don't have the love of God in your heart towards your fellow man, but you can sing like an angel. Paul said, don't mean nothing. If you don't have the love of God, according to the Bible, not LGBTQWY, but the love of God, according to the Bible in your heart, then it don't mean nothing. You put all the money you want to in the offering plate and the down payment to go to heaven. You already know, for the most part, people are trying to pay their way into heaven by giving offerings and tithing. They don't even know that tithing has been done away with, but they're trying anyway. If I can give enough money in the offering and sing real good, God's going to accept my burnt offering, if you will, as sacrifice to Him. Despite how I treat other people, despite how I live, as long as I get that money in, then God owes me. It's amazing. It's amazing how we have come this far alone, and our payday got to be around the corner. It's got to be. We have pushed God into a corner. May the Lord have mercy on our souls. We are in trouble. With that, see you guys later. This video will not be liked at all. I know it. It's not going to be no likes. It's not going to be no views, no nothing. But what had to be said, had to be said. I'm not popular. I'm a poor black man trying to get the word out to God. I never one time had any donations from anybody. But the word's still getting out. And I thank God. God is able to sustain me and my wife, and He's doing that in His own way. However God does it, fine with me. I asked for donations many a times to travel around and preach and teach. So then I asked God, Lord, how are you going to make this possible for me to get out of one spot and do other things in other spots? I asked about it, and now I'm quiet to see what God says. He's going to say either yes or no, or continue what you're doing. I got your back, but I have to see what God's going to say. God's in control, not me. And now, many times I know why I wake up so early to minister to people, because it's necessary for those who want to go to heaven. Everybody don't want to go to heaven, just understand that. Some folks can't wait to go to hell. They just can't wait to get there. It's got to get there. It can't be that bad. Hell can't be that bad, they say. It can't be that bad. Why give my life to Christ when I don't have to? And there even be a hell, they say. Everybody's going to heaven. You got to understand the Bible. You got to study the Bible to see who's not and who is. Until then, see you guys later.